Hey campers, George here, back in the man cave. I was looking through my knives and I found some that I forgot about. And I bet you do as well. I'm talking the little guys. And I found some odd ones. Let's check them out. Before we get into these knives, just wanted to give you a heads up. I got a mail call. Faribault, Creek Outdoors. Yep, he sent me some of that good stuff. You see everybody using it. I know Kevin uses it. It's for leather, sheaths and whatnot. He sent me a note. Mr. George, I hope all is well up your way. I have not heard much from you, but I know you. Busy man. I always hope you are doing better. I have enclosed a small gift I thought you might use. I tore this. I tore the note. I also sent you a sticker. An updated sticker. Hopefully I can get one of yours one day. Yeah, I'll send you one. He left me his address. I hope this wax will serve you well, just like everyone else has purchased or gifted it. And he put his address here. And he's from the great state of Missouri. Yeah! And if you haven't seen his channel, I'll put a link below. Pretty cool. He does all sorts of stuff in the outdoors and whatnot. But he made me some of this good stuff. And I've been carrying this for about a year. It's my EDC I have on my belt all the time. It's a sack, but I made the sheath for it, and it's starting to show a little bit of wear. So maybe I'll give it a rub-a-dub-dub, and let's see what it does. Anywho, thank you, my friend. Much appreciated, Justin. And, I thought I'd sent you a sticker, and your new one is right up there where the other one was. We're all good. I'll get a sticker off to you. Back to the little guys. These guys. Everybody's seen these, okay? The Swiss Army knife mini little guy things that you put on your keychain, you throw in your drawer, they line all over the place. And you see people carrying these or have them on their keychains. And they even have, beat up ones like this with the advertising that they got on some free gift or something like that. Hey, Swiss Army knives, Victorinox, excellent knives. And you know what? They'll outlast anything else you have. Why? Because we forget we have them and we put them in the drawer. We put them on our keyring and never use them. Every now and again, we pull it out, clean our fingernails, cut something little, whatever. And they last forever. So I was looking through my stuff and I came across these three guys. Here they are here. Okay. The little guys we never think about. And looking through my stuff, I found I had a bunch of them. Not Swiss Army knives, other ones. And I bet a couple of them you never heard of. I hadn't. Just rubbing some of the good stuff on there. Look at that. Makes it shine and whatnot. Very cool. Kind of excited about this because, me, I make sheaths and I got to keep them good. Plus, it makes my hands feel pretty good. Anywho, back to these. And I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that I'll go through with you really quickly. And, I'm talking about the little guys. These little guys. See how tiny it is? This one even has a bail on it. And typically, you'll find they have advertising on them. Okay, and this one says, Davy Crockett. Remember him? Everybody does, right? And I don't know why it's on there. I don't know who it's for. It's probably from a museum or something like that. And you can see it's just a teeny weeny little one-blade jack, a little pen blade on it. This is what I grew up with. This is what we could get growing up. We didn't have access to many knives. Now this one, I believe, is an imperial. Yeah, it's really hard to see, and all of them are, but it is an imperial. And it's pretty cool. It's just a plain little mini jack. And it's tiny. Perfect for your key ring, right? Everybody has them. Not many have these. The next one I looked at is a little bit bigger, and that's this guy. You can see the difference. It's a little bigger, but it's still tiny. Well, when I say tiny, it's fairly small. And if you look at it, it's got a little bit of a sway on there. And it's advertising again. And this one says, Hackney Jellicoe Company, Harlan, Kentucky. See that? And it's a 2-blade jack. It's got that little, here's the size here. It's got that little clip on it and a pen blade. Very nice little knife. Well made. And yep, this one is Imperial, but if you look closely, England. Yeah, Imperial, England. Very cool. Something different. Had it in my box, didn't even know about it. It even has the crown on it. You see that? It's a very nice with the cracked ice in it. Then I found this guy. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, right? Same thing. It's just really old and beat up. Well, not quite. If you look at him, this one's that little slight sway, where this is just, I want to say, cigar-shaped, right? It doesn't have any bends in it. It's just plain straight. It has a different badge on it. Clip, pen blade. And you can see that they're basically the same size. But they're different. And this one is an Imperial as well. And it says Providence, Rhode Island. Now, it's a little beat up and rusty and whatnot. Could do with a good clean. These were the knives that I have in my got to get to and fix them up box. So there, two from Imperial, pretty close to each other. A little bit bigger than this guy. This is probably one of the smaller ones. Then things got a little interesting. Check out this guy. Okay. It's a busy little knife. And look at it. Okay. It's not that big. It's tiny. But it's got that old style can opener. It's got a corkscrew on it. It's got this thing, which I think is a cuticle thing. You know, fix the cuticles on your finger. Nothing can fix mine. Mini little can opener with a flat screwdriver, pen blade, and like I said, it has the corkscrew on there, which kind of short. Don't know what they were thinking there. And then, oops, we got a missing blade, and I think it's a little pen. The reason is that it's a little different to this pen blade, and I think it was a little bigger. And if you look, the nail neck is going to be a really long nail neck. So I've got to find a blade to match that. Maybe we'll replace it. This is a clamshell, so maybe we can do it. It's got that cracked ice look to it. Pretty cool. Useful? Probably not. It's just too small and really busy. But it's so unusual. I mean, look at that. And, 99.9992, I think, of these little knives are really for men and women to carry on them, to keep their hands nice, trim your nails, clean your nails, make your hands look better, and a couple of other little tools on it that can be handy because you got it on you, like blades or a can opener. Anyway, look at this guy. Really unusual, needs to be fixed. And yep, this guy is an Imperial. This guy. Now, he's tiny again. We're back to the small ones. Look at that. Okay. But look at the blade on this guy. It's huge. Well, for the knife, it's huge. I mean, look at it. It's a huge clip. Okay. See that? And it's a single blade, and it's just that cigar shape or whatever you want to call it. It is a clamshell. And of course, when you look at the handles on this thing, and they're in really good condition, okay? Especially for these type of handles, they tend to crack, get chipped, that sort of thing. And I don't mind because I always replace them with whatever I can, celluloid or whatever you want to call it. And that works well. But this was a nice little guy, and it's even still got the bail on it. And this one, if you look at it, most people would say Colonial or Hammer brand. Well, this guy is a Hammer brand. Can you see that? Very cool. Nice little knife, really overall in good condition. And you know it's been around forever. Just needs a little bit of a shine, and it'll be very cool. Then we get into a little bit more of them unusual ones. Look at this guy. Now, we've all seen this shape, jack, fisherman's. You get those really thin jacks. Look how thick this guy is, okay? It's got two big springs on it. You can see the size of the knife there. It's got a pen blade and this long sweeping clip, California clip, whatever you want to call it. And it's really thick. It's solid. It's well built. It is a clamshell. And this guy, if I remember, and this guy, looking at using my eyes, is a hammer. And if you look at the tang stamp, it's a little unusual. It doesn't really show well. Let me see if I can get it. You see there, it just says hammer brand on it. It doesn't give, the arm thing going, with the hammer on it. But it's an unusual one. The shape, obviously, it's got that crystallized, whatever you want to call it. But look how thick it is. And the shape is different. You don't see a lot of these. It's like a mini fisherman, two-blade, but not. What do you know? Then you got this one. Now, you see a lot of these around, and once again, we're back to that advertising stuff. You see a lot of these. This shape, that kind of squarish look to it, it's not rounded off. And it's not a clamshell, if you look at it. See that? And typically, you'll see a lot of this. See that? It's stuck on. It's coming off. So I'm going to have to glue that back on. And it's got that long sweeping clip and the little pen blade on it. Pretty cool looking knives. A little bit fancier than these other ones. And if you're wondering who made it, if you look, yep, Colonial. And a real giveaway, you see a lot on Colonial stuff like this, is if you look at the blade, the ricasso there shows up just fine. But on the other side, the blade's just flat. There's no definition for the ricasso. So, very cool, Colonial. Okay, so those are the brands just about everybody's familiar with. We've all seen them. If you're a pocket knife guy, you've come across those brands, or so I thought. Then I found this guy. Look at this, okay? And it's one of those weird ones. The choices on this are so odd. If you look at this, and you can see it's pretty small, okay? The handle's small, the size is small. And you got a pen blade. And you got another pen blade. Just one is way thinner and smaller than the other. You see that? But then they put this on it. Yeah, a Phillips head screwdriver. And I was like, they have something else, right? They must have a flat screwdriver. No. So weird, okay? And I thought, I wonder who made this. And I looked, and it was really hard to see the tang stamp. And when I did the search, I got it totally wrong, because on the tang stamp, half of it is missing because it's so small. And if you look, it says Max Weigh something, Weye something, okay? I thought Max Weyer, right? Typed that in, couldn't find anything. And then, after much searching, I actually found this guy. Here's what I found out about him. Not much, okay? Max Weyer, German manufacturer, miniature multi-blade knife, okay? And it says here, cracked ice from the 1940s to 1950s. Yeah. Look at that. So weird, so odd, and that old. Now, there's a crack on you can see it's cracked there, but pretty cool, unusual for a little knife, right? And then I found this guy. Look at this guy, okay? It's nice and long. It's a good, 4 inches, right? Close it up and you look at it. Look how thin it is, okay? Pretty cool. And if you look, it's got that bulge in the middle, okay? And it's got pretty cool scales on it, really different. And it's got these big bolsters, right? Long bolsters on them. And it's fairly long. And I believe I've heard these referred to as bow ties. A lot of people refer to them as that. I think this is what they were talking about. And I thought, who makes this? And I opened up the blade, and on the ricasso, you can see the tang stamp there. You have to look pretty carefully. You see that? And it says Korten, Korten, Germany. And I was like, okay. Then I looked them up. Wow. These guys have got a history, and it shocked me. And I don't remember it all, so I put all the information down. And it says, this one here is a Korten 2-blade, 2-tang stamp, 2.58 closed, a long main pull blade, a long secondary blade, and swell center. So you can see that's what they're talking about, is that swell center on the handle there. It's not very obvious, but it is there. Let me hold this up in the way so you can see it better. You see that? It's got the little swell center on it. One spring pocket knife. And it says, on the tang stamp, it says Korten over Germany, which this does. So, and it says the secondary blade has the same tang stamp. And yes, it's got Korten over Germany. And he talks about his knife. It has a good stop, yada, 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 yada. And it says Korten was the brand name used by Korten and Scherf, these guys. Okay. And I was like, okay, that's nice. And then it said they've been around since 1884 to 1916. I was like, okay, I got to look these guys up. Here's what I found out. Now, my pronunciations again, here we go. This is the name that they came up with as the main name. And then they had a bunch of brands. So you got, I'm going to say Grubder, Korten and Scherf, Solingen, Westenstrasse. In 1939, brand names they used. So if you have any of these, you know who it's coming from. Aglos, Bismarck Sol, 1902. The Aglos is 1903. Alps, 1923. Dorcas, D-O-R-C-A-S, 1902. General Cray, C-R-E-A-G-H, 1909. Kaiser Hind, 1906. Korten, 1900. Le Prima del Orient, 1909-1910. Nizam, 1905. Naneta, 1903. And it goes on and on. Roga, 1903-1911. Shercroft, 14. Securitas, 1907. Stiletto, 1902. And Taj Mahal, 1905. Been around a while. So how old this one is, I don't know. But it's obviously 1916 or before. So it's an old one, right? It's really old, and look how good it is. Okay? And like I said, a lot of people refer to it as the bow tie. And it's the same thing. You know, gentlemen tended to carry these things. A lot of these smaller knives were referred to as fob knives. You would see them on the chains, on their watch chains, when they'd go between the pockets on their jackets and that sort of thing. Very cool. And I thought that was interesting. I thought I'd share it with you. You know, as you can see, we got all sorts of what knights. Look at them. There's tons of them, all different kinds. How many do you have lying around? Have you looked at them? I didn't even know I had these ones that were that old and have that kind of history. So I thought that was cool, so I thought I'd share with you. You will be safe out there, even with these little guys. They shop, and they're shiny. So, hey, if you think they can't do any damage, you are mistaken. Pay attention. It's a sharp thing. Just saying. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. You know the story. Pretty sure I'll be back with some more useless information, or maybe I'll do a restore or 3. Really like this stuff. I mean, I put it on here and it's, this sheath is really looking better, and I just put a quick coat on it. I'll let it settle a bit and then do it again. So if you guys are looking for this, Roberto Creek Outdoors, link below. Check him out. Go to his channel. Tell him hello. And very cool. And I appreciate him sending me this. It's very cool. And like I said, a lot of people that I've seen online, on YouTube channels, the guys doing knife stuff and leather work are liking this. I was just really surprised to get it. Now I've got to get him the sticker back. Thanks for watching. Always appreciate it. And we'll see you again soon.